Hey guys, welcome back to Simon Says DIY. My name's Simon and I say it's time to fix up an old ball peen hammer. So here's the old hammer I found. It needs a lot of work, so stick around and see how I fix it. Alright, here's the old ball peen hammer that I found used. It was only $2. I'm gonna take the handle off. It's broken. I obviously need to make a new one and then attach that to the hammer. It's a little rusted and pitted, so I'm gonna sand it down so it shines. And then on the back, the ball peen is dented flat. It's seen a lot of use, so I need to sand that down or grind it, round it again in order to make it usable. So I'm gonna get started and show you guys how I do that. Now that the handle has been taken out of the hammer, I can take it over to my sander and I'll polish it up with the sander and then grind down any imperfections. Any places the sander couldn't reach, I need to sand down by hand and get that polished up to match the rest. Now for the handle, I'm going to use the scrap piece of white oak. This is a very strong, dense wood, so it should have no trouble withstanding the impact of hammering. Now I'm going to take it over to my lathe and carve this into a handle for my hammer. If you're interested in seeing how to build one of these lathes yourself, you can click that link in the top right corner and that will take you to the video where I built this lathe. If you want to stick around to the end of this video, I'll also leave a link there as well for you to click on and follow to the video. Now before I finish this handle, I'm going to mark out a few lines so they're perfectly spaced apart. Then I'm going to use a technique using a wire to burn a grip into the handle. This makes it look really nice, but also is very functional. It helps you hold on to the handle a lot easier and get better grip. Now that the handle's all trimmed down, I'm going to take it over to my workbench and fit it to the hammerhead. Now I'm going to take my wood file and finish shaping the handle. In order to make this look more natural, I need to smooth out the transition from the handle, taper it down towards the hammerhead. Now, if you remember the hammer before I started working on it, it had epoxy at the top, so hold the handle to the hammerhead. I'm gonna do that and mix up some epoxy, fill in any gaps that are on the top, and this will bond the wood with the hammerhead and make sure it never comes off. Now, after the epoxy has fully hardened, I'm gonna take it over to my sander and I'll sand down the epoxy flush with the top of the hammer. Now I'm going to test out this hammer and make sure it works, everything's stable while hammering, and it does, it works great. But this hammer is not meant for hammering in nails. It easily could do that. It's more meant for working with metal. And the back of the ball peen hammer is designed to mushroom and spread out the metal. And right here I'm hammering on this pin that's holding the loop onto my knife. It will mushroom this pin, causing it to tighten down onto the handle and the loop, making sure it doesn't fall off. This hammer has a very specific purpose, so I probably won't be using it all the time in my shop, but all the same, it is a great addition to my shop. I'm going to be using boiled linseed oil to finish the handle. I'll put a thick coat of this on top and let it soak in. This doesn't dry it, but it does soak into the wood and stays with the wood for a long time and protects it from moisture. I'll also spread a thin layer of oil over top of the hammerhead. This will help prevent rust from forming on the hammer. Alright guys, that finishes up my video for today. If you enjoyed this one or have any comments, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you want to see more videos, check out my channel or stay tuned. Every Saturday I post a new one.
Alright, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and if you want a notification when I upload a video, click on that bell icon, and don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one.